with Wii Sports in our 100% journey. I apologize if my voice gets a little raggedy in this video. It's a bit sore from a recording I did yesterday. But nevertheless, here we are with 12 of 15 platinum medals. Never thought I would get this far. I'd like to thank Hatsune Miku and no one else. Well, Murphy. Murphy and Alex, he was my tennis partner that one time. And of course, Not a Goat, but Not a Goat and I are saying this thanks as one right now. Anyway, the three we have left to do are batting practice, spin control, and throwing punches. Batting practice, it doesn't really give me a good sense of what I'll actually be doing in here. I assume I'm just trying to return each pitch, and they're gonna be like, sort of coming at different speeds, and as long as it's not a foul, maybe it's just about like getting 20 in a row or something. Spin control, I believe I've seen a few clips of this one, so there's just one single pin, and you just have to curve around stuff to get it. Which sounds like it's going to be kind of easy. Mark my words. Of the three of them, this one sounds the hardest, which is why, as you'll note, I've got my Toad remote out here instead of my good blue one, so that I can actually use the nunchuck. And good luck, and I'll try and keep calm and just relax, and it'll all be good. So we're trying to punch Matt's bits, and not Matt's face. Sorry in advance, basically. Alright, so, but like, as I've proven, I don't have a really good control over the... That was his... But I did that. Why is it not? Oh, right, I have to lean and do... Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry, Matt. I'm understanding. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to lean and hit the mats as he puts them up, basically. Matt's mitts, which are mats. Okay. Okay, I'm getting this, but I've so far proven pretty bad at... my accuracy leaves something to be desired, and I think it's going to pose some problems when we're doing the actual main game as well. In said main game, I really thought in this playthrough I'd be doing a lot more of like a medal here, then go back and get some experience here and that kind of thing. But it's been much more like we do medals for a while, and then, and then we like swap over and just do some experience gaining in much less in the kind of back and forth way I was thinking, and much more like it was chunky and segmented. So sorry things turned out that way, I suppose, although I guess it's just the way of things. I have no idea what kind of score I'm trying to hit, nor how easy it's going to be to get. And also something worth thinking about is it's kind of weird. Well, maybe not worth thinking about while I'm trying to do something more important here. Sorry, Matt. I'm so sorry. But it's kind of weird that none of the baseball ones... asshole! I was right in the gut. I'm so sorry. I'll kill someone this way. Again, I mean, it's kind of weird that none of the baseball ones require you to do any pitching. They're all just about the batting, which I guess is kind of like the more, like, romanticized aspect of that, I suppose. But wow, that was abysmal. What does that get us? Bronze. This is going to be hard. This is like the thing that I've had trouble with so far. I didn't have to be too accurate with the punching bags one, which is the one I would have called throwing punches, to tell you the truth. Let's look at the medal score. 70. Okay, easy, just, double my score. This is going to take a lot of focus and grit, but it doesn't seem too complex, like they're going to throw weird curves where he, like, puts one up and then puts it down again kind of thing. It's really just about, like, duck, punch, punch, punch. I have to be going at an average of more than one a second, though. Oh, okay, so you're trying to, like, do it multiple times on the one side. He'll give you, like, 5 or so and then swap, I guess, is the idea. Oh, okay, so if he's got the thing facing down, it's not good. Except for sometimes, where you can hit it, like, twice in a row. And it's fine. I'm not doing too much different, but she's throwing punches way different. I'm so sorry, Matt. Oh, this poor guy. This is the saddest platinum medal. The golf one made me feel despair, but this one makes me live despair. And I do not care if there's a difference, because I'm so sad I have to punch Matt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the game designers made me. You've been nothing but an excellent instructor this whole time. What are we doing with the curving under? Oh, no, maybe I was wrong earlier when I thought I was comboing it. Maybe I was going like... Correct, wrong. I thought I was, before he had even sort of, because when you punch it, he goes like, and puts it back down, and then puts it back up. So, whenever he was holding it on one side for like 5 of them, I thought I was able to just go like, punch, 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 even though he was holding them down, but I think I do actually have to wait for it to come back up, which is tough, because I have to do an average of more than 1 a second, if this is a minute, as I think it is, but I'm also, in some way... Oh, right. So it's about wait, the way my Wiimote is rotated? Okay, so if I want to hit higher, I don't punch higher. I rotate it up and then flick it. Oh, okay, got it. Anyway, sorry, I'm babbling. Totally babbling. It's like I'm doing this with drunk goggles or something. I'm just kind of like, is that right? Is that maybe up there? I think I'm basically just gonna have to get lucky with this one because the controls are really not cooperating with me. It feels like I shouldn't have to move too much with this one, I guess. Oh, I can do it all with one hand, or maybe not, because the Wiimote is a little better than the nunchuck for this. You would think when he has the mitt down like that, you can uppercut it, but no, that just clocks him in the chin. I'm so sorry. Okay, I genuinely have no idea. Well, no, I'm. This is probably the least I've really known what I'm doing in one of these the whole time. I don't really have a good sense of what to do to make these shots be slightly more accurate. But I am starting to think that really it is just that this Wiimote does not work very well. Because there's no way, if this is how it's supposed to feel, there's no way this would have made it past playtesting. So definitely, in fact I would say it's almost, I'm 98% certain that this Wiimote is busted in some way or another. We already know it's a little, the motion is a little wild on it, but I mean this is next level. And unfortunately it's not really an option to use my... Maybe I have another Wiimote somewhere else in the house. Let me go have a look. Okay, I did in fact find a very gungy and slightly corroded looking old Wiimote. But it's gotta be, anything has gotta be better than what it just was. Surely. Look how much of a hazard this looks like. It looks like it's about to catch fire, and yet I almost guarantee you it'll be like leagues better. I quasi-promise that if we ever play another big like motion controls-y Wii game again, I'll like invest in some actual Wii hardware instead of that. I really genuinely didn't imagine even like a bootleg Wiimote like the one that I got there, which I got way long ago in our Wind Waker playthrough. I genuinely didn't imagine it would be quite that bad. I thought maybe like the buttons would be a little stiff or something. But so, okay, how is this, how much better is this? Okay, maybe this nunchuck is bust. It looks bust, but maybe the Toad nunchuck is totally fine and it's only the Wiimote that's bad. It certainly looks cleaner. Oh my god, okay, yeah, this is a lot better. And I'm still not amazing with the accuracy, but like in terms of responsiveness and general not going all over the place, it's certainly a step up. It's not amazing, but this feels more like, yes, this is an old piece of hardware trying to do motion controls rather than what it was before where this piece of hardware is actively trying to sabotage my very way of life. So that's in total 3 Wiimotes we've set in rotation in this playthrough. It's quite trigger happy. I was barely even moving the nunchuck there, you saw. This nunchuck just like wants blood. Corrosion nunchuck is definitely better, but it's just a matter of if I can keep it from disconnecting for long enough. And I guess if I'm just very precise with my movements, then I can, yeah. Ah, it is disconnecting quite frequently. Well, you know the YouTuber's creed. If you can't fix it with duct tape, then maybe it will never work. Sorry, I was just taking the duct tape off. You understand, Matt. Okay, so Toad Nunchuck is also screwy. It wasn't my imagination. Surely I have more nunchucks. I'm just changing my build. It's a feature. Right, I completed the side quest and found 2 secret nunchucks, both of whose sticks are very dirty looking. Just wipe that off. But featuring less corrosion this time. Enhanced uncorrodedness. With these at our side, we can't possibly fail now. This one is a little broken looking, but I'm sure that won't have any implications for gameplay whatsoever. Okay. Okay, so this is already leagues better. Did I end up with 32 again? Oh no, 28. Clearly we expect our Nautigo with a lot more reliability and accuracy now, so I think we're ready to solo Millennia, basically. But genuinely though, this is a lot better. It's still a little hairy now and again, but that's more, this feels more like, okay, yeah, a motion controlled game from 2006 hairy, rather than this controller is not working in the slightest. Harry. This is the appropriate amount of this doesn't feel like it's working right for a 2006 motion controls game. And on the bright side, I think I could see myself. Oh no, this one's disconnecting now. Okay, let's try the other one, because it looks a little less cracked. But now I'm seeing how a pace of more than 1 a second, like just a titch more than 1 a second could be viable. Especially as later he starts putting up 2 at once, he can go 1, 2. That's a lot faster. It may also be that this, the Wiimote's connect-to-your port is not so great. Let's take some compressed air to it, right? I mean, that's the total gamer solution that any wise and experienced tech person would tell you to do. There, now it'll work. Oh, am I supposed to be holding it like above my head like this? Because it seems to be going too low a lot of these other times. Well, I say supposed to be. I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this, but will it work better if I do it like this? Yes, maybe, although it's a little harder to see this way. Hang on. Okay, there's something I really don't understand about how the punching works. Even across all controllers, this has been the same. This is the best I've gotten it not like going a random direction each time, but I don't yet really understand. Oh, well, I guess I'm doing like this, and really, Matt's got them up by his face, so if I wanted to equal to him, I should have them closer to my face like this. Okay. Tell you what, sorry, Mike's going under the shirt, so I can duck around lots, because I'm starting to think that's the way to do this, is to really just go fully to the side each time. Which doesn't work if the nunchuck goes. Right, I don't have to actually go. I can just bend it. Okay, here we go. So the strat is do it like this, and then only use my right hand, because that one works better. The boxing pro tip they don't want you to know. Okay, that's too far to the right. This is too far. So it should be like a lean. It's really just a simple... Oh my god, this is so much faster than it was before. No wonder I was having trouble with the friggin' dodging one. Okay. Inching up slowly. It's nice, whenever it gives you 2, you basically can throw the other one however, and she just like auto-targets it with the other hand. I'm not sure why. What we're looking at, 70 or 80? I hope it was 70. Yeah, it is. I still think the boxing feels like one of the lesser refined of them all, but it is now clear how much my hardware has been holding me back. And I feel a bit bad for all the criticisms I slung earlier. Not all of them, but a few of them. Not that I was criticizing them with malicious intent, I mean, but just, I feel like some of them were just really stupid criticisms now that it's clear how much it was, in large part, my controller being the problem. Controllers. Sorry, all this boxing training has got me riled up. Let's practice for our marching band routine. Okay, good. Well done, not a goat. An improvement, to be sure. I'm getting much better at trainer penalty, they call it. I'm getting much better at not absolutely just doming poor Matt with these hands that are 5-fingered and not made of like chitin or anything. It seems like I shouldn't be worried about going too fast on this one. My concern should absolutely be more not hitting him, because I can make up for the being slightly slower later by hitting a bunch of the double ones. Hitting a mat point puts me like 1 paddle behind in theory, so that slows me down more in the grand scheme of things. that one was pretty good.
You beat the high score.
I got lucky and he did a bunch where he like flashed the same one over and over. If he goes back and forth, then I have to wait a bit for her to turn before I can really be safe throwing the punch. But if it's the same side, then doing this over and over is a lot faster. But yeah, it's a bit trigger happy, as you saw. Like, I barely moved to the side there, and it was like, 2 gut punches! Destroy his innards! Eviscerate this poor man! So it is about being, like, so calm and gentle with your movements that it can't, like, misread it. It's a large part of it. And then the rest of it is just doing what I've been doing just a little faster. I don't know why suddenly I'm having trouble with all these double ones. I can't hit a single one. Okay, there we go. So I got to 59, even though I was like slowed down in the middle by like 10 seconds. So that's a good sign. Normally the double ones are the easy ones, but for some reason that time it was really, really hard. It is also a thing where one mistake adds up to a lot, because for one thing, you knock him out of the way and so he kind of goes off balance, but also if you punch and you're like, oh, that was the wrong place, I better lean and punch again, you're still in the punching animation, so she's not allowed to lean either way. So you'll go like, punch, oh, I'll go correct and lean this, and she'll just throw 2 punches in the same wrong spot. So making a mistake slows you down so much in this one. Well, I mean, hitting him, just missing the paddle isn't the absolute worst. It's not great, but hitting him, not only does it lose you a point, but then it also slows you down for like an extra second. So really it loses you like 2 seconds that you don't have. So it seems like not hitting him is like the foremost priority rather than going fast with the paddles. Why? So can we talk about the Little Max side special that she pulled at the beginning there? She went like, hey y'all! And like punched from up top. It was a full-on like Mario fair. Yoo-hoo! Oh, dude, his poor brain. She just like clocked him on the head. That wasn't a punch. Why? Truly abysmal start. The problem, I don't think, was that I wasn't leaning there. I wasn't leaning, but it doesn't feel like that should have prevented me from hitting that one, because my mitt was right in front of it. And here again, it's not that... Oh, okay. It's just weird. It's just weird, the way it decides things. What was that ending? Sorry, I'm so comical about that. Like, I was like, and she's like, under, and I was like, raised up a little bit, and she's like, punched the ceiling. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm gonna get this eventually, and it's just gonna be, I gotta fluke this one. I don't think I'm gonna really like get much better at this one. I understand not having it consistent, which paddles he does. Although I think there probably should have been some limits that he doesn't do the same one like 5 times in a row, because it's unfairly easy when that happens, to the point that you feel shortchanged every other time. But I don't think they should have made random the intervals at which double ones come up, because those ones are like leagues easier to get points at. It does just mean that some runs will be like leagues easier than others, you know, by complete randomness. Unless maybe it isn't random and it's every like 30 or so, but I don't know. It does not feel consistent. I feel like sometimes I get like 6 of them in a row, and sometimes it's like I get 1 at the 30-second mark, 2 at the end. It is a bit like the golf target practice one though, where the level of precision they're asking for to hit this stuff over and over again, it's not nearly that bad, but it does feel like more than these controllers are prepared to offer, to the point that even if I wasn't on a time limit, hitting 70 of these in a row without hitting him would be tough. I'm glad that the pads don't time out though. He just holds it up there until you hit it. It would be so much worse if it like changed every second if you weren't fast enough.
You beat the high score.
Did I? Thought that was our high score. I was probably thinking of before mistakes. Only 13 points higher needed than that. Should in theory be pretty possible. The motion is a bit more sensitive on this one, though. It's a bit more feather light. It's like the SpongeBob episode where is it the first boating school episode where she's like, now what do you do? And he's like, floor it. And she's like, yeah, no, don't floor it. He's like, floor it. And she's like, no, do not floor it. Whatever you do. That's me with these Wiimotes right now. I'm like, lean, and they're like, punch Matt. Yes. No, don't punch Matt. Punch Matt. No, do not punch Matt. Whatever you do, punch Matt. Now Wiimotes, we're gonna be nice to.
We crave violence! Eat our bloodlust, filthy human!
No, bad. Calm down. There are people watching.
The people will be reduced to ash along with their pathetic buildings!
No, calm down. We just have to box right now, okay?
Perish! Expire!
No, stop that. Calm down. He's just a nice man doing his job. Please stop. What? Yeah, change my mind. This is the funniest one. Oh, that looks like it hurts so much. I'm so sorry. Why don't you just wait till we get to the actual minigame Wiimote and Nunchuck, then we can kill. I mean, we shouldn't, but we can. But if we kill Matt now, who's to give us the medal?
The only medal we like is death metal!
Shush! Keep it in check. No, maybe they are consistent with the double spacing. I think I was wrong about that earlier. He is changing their position a little bit. Like sometimes he holds it here and sometimes more like here. But it's not so much. I think like there is like a position you can throw that will basically hit any of them that are on the right side, and I can have a position where my left hand will always hit the ones on the left side regardless of how I'm like sort of individually angling it, kind of like that, and ditto for the right. So I don't think I really need to watch the position of his hands too much, more just which one he's doing. Sorry, I'm not trying to, I promise. This feels so bad. This is like the pain of when you pick the rude dialogue choice by accident, except like times 1,000. No, okay, it's definitely a bit random because there were like so many doubles that time. Random or decided by variables that are unknown to me. Like maybe it's some product of how many mistakes you've made thus far or something, and how long you've taken to do the other ones, but it being random seems more likely, kinda. Oh, that was the gesture I did, and it was like, punch Matt! Obliterate stomach! His intestines will be mine! Calm down! The worst is when you punch with one strong enough that your other hand's gonna move a little bit, and it reads that as a punch, so it goes like, and then the other one comes in. Alright, that time was just being an idiot. I will recognize I have some part in this. It does just feel like there's a hostile force encased within these plastic things. It's just like fighting to break out, seizing every opportunity it can to just sow a little bloodshed. How did that not count as in the pad, for one thing? And secondly, what the hell was that? Huh. I mean, I did just do that, right? I leaned to the right, pushed down, and it swung up at his head like that. Huh. That's all I gotta say. It's just so weird, and I haven't yet like riddled it out, because I assume, because it can't actually know where on my body it is, right? So it's just going by the rotation. So you would think if I held it like sort of straight like this, it would always punch straight. And if I held it down like this, it would always punch down. But I just did that, and it like went up to the top of his head earlier. So I don't clearly understand what precisely it is trying to do. Why isn't that working? So weird. It's like the hitboxes of the pads are like off from them by about half a meter, because I can punch the pad and it won't count sometimes. And sometimes I punch like nowhere near the pad and it's like, yeah, close enough. Maybe it's just a perspective thing, like it looks like my glove is hitting it when it isn't, and vice versa. But no, here's this again, and then it worked. I didn't do anything different. Huh. It's like the hitbox on the Matt's holding it like this, but the hitbox is going back and forth in front of it. So it's like a 50-50 whether I'll hit it and it'll count. Not to mention, since if you miss, he kind of recoils and it all goes every which way. It's weird. This is just a weird one, man. And the boxing was already plenty weird with the way it decided things. Hang on, I gotta ask, what is the picture on the front of this? Because I thought it was a bucket. Oh, is it supposed to be Matt's poor bald head? Is that what the fist is going towards? I thought it was a bucket and I didn't really understand. I thought I'd be like punching at a bucket that was hanging from the ceiling. Or is that supposed to be one of the mitts? I'm not really sure. Anyway, doesn't matter. Totally crumbled at the end there, obviously, but to a point, again, it's kind of like the punching bags one where it like starts giving you a lot of the higher value ones or the easier ones to hit around the end. So at the end there, it's just double after double after double after double. And if only I hadn't choked right at the 10-second mark and hit him like 5 times, it would have been pretty good. But it shows I'm getting there anyway. The actual learning curve for this one isn't too bad. Like, it's not too weird. I said before I thought I wasn't going to get better, and I have been getting better. Not just by getting luckier, I think I've actually gotten a little better at it. So it does teach you, but it's just, with the level of precision the punches throw at, it feels like the pads should have been just a little bigger, probably. Again, this is also an old Wiimote, so who knows how dysfunctional it is. I guess part of the thing is, when I was a kid, I never realized quite how much nuance there was to the motion control, so I didn't think there was a lot that could break with it, so to speak. I thought, like, if it, as long as it was swinging, it was probably working pretty right. And I probably went into this playthrough with that preconception from my childhood still going strong. And that's probably part of why I was so surprised that the controllers could work suboptimally. There is a way to tell with the motion of his hands before he's even put the next one up. Because he holds the one that is active higher, if he's going to do that one again, he holds it back like that. But if he's not, and you can see him start to shift his weight to the other one. So you can tell where it's about to show up before it does, if you are perceptive enough. And why that is helpful is if you can tell if he's going to do the same one, and you can really get the quick combos going if he's going to do it in the same position over and over. Man, I don't know how I mess up those double pads so bad around the latter 15 seconds. But I was doing, you saw I was doing fine before that, right? And the second I got to those, is it the time stressing me out? Because I didn't feel stressed out. But let me mute it, because maybe that's it. The time blinking at me makes me mess it up. He didn't look like he was holding them much different, and I didn't feel like I was doing anything much different. So if there's any difference, it's subconscious and subliminal. Wow, weird. Weird. How is that missing now? I just don't understand it at all. It's alright, I should just shush. I'm getting better at this. So even if it throws a few weird ones, eventually it will throw a not weird one and we'll get it. It really started to slow off around the end there. Did you notice that? There were very, very, very few doubles. Of course, I made a lot of mistakes as well. It's alright. That upsets me. That upsets me. I know the words for it. That upsets me. And since I know the words for it, it's marginally less threatening. Why do you hate Matt? What did he do to you?
Such sentences must be eradicated.
What? Stop that.
All things will return to we, for we are all things.
Shut up. Stop that. I just noticed that Matt and Nadagoat are like bobbing in sync. That's very cute. It's okay. This one is not nearly as frustrating as some of the other ones we've done. It's just that I talk myself into anger by explaining why it's frustrating when I should just grit my teeth and deal with it. Not that I don't hold that viewpoint for most things in life, but for Wii Sports, apparently, talking about it does not help. It just makes it worse. I think the urge to explain it comes from the fact that the controls not working the way I'm expecting to is not always apparent. Just from the video, because like I said, there's nuance that they're kind of trying to capture with this that doesn't feel like it's being captured. So you might look at those 3 punches, and I'm sure on the video it looks like it's too far away to tell, so you might as well just assume, oh, well, presumably you went that, then that, then that, and that's why it's frustrating, is because it looks like I'm just doing a really abysmal job, and I wouldn't say I'm doing spectacularly, but I did just do this 3 times in a row and have 3 different things happen. So, I cannot shoulder all of the blame, basically. I can be blamed for that one, because that time I genuinely thought he was going to hold it there. That one time and no other! Seriously, I mean, how is that possible? It's just, I don't believe it. I will not! It's unreal. I can't fathom what's happening to me. My senses must betray me, because how could that be what I just saw have been what actually happened? It just can't. How? Oh, America, explain. Explain. What do you mean it's Arkansas? How? Why? Does that happen all of a sudden? You would think if I were doing something consistently wrong, it would go bad consistently. But that only happens like 1/5 of the time. I'm trying my absolute hardest to hit this one, I swear. I'm doing my absolute best. This is my best. This is all I have. I'm suddenly having a really hard time reading if he's gonna swap or not. I know, how? How can it go up? I do the same spot, it goes down. It can't be both. Just go in the same direction. Why is punching up that high even an option? When would you ever need to punch this high? Oh my god, that was what? I wasn't even like awake for that one. How did that happen? They just give me a lot of doubles, I guess. Yeah, it's over, I'm good. Great. That one frustrated me so much. And then I just did it, it wasn't even like, that was like a throwaway. How did that happen? How did any of this episode happen? I don't know how this episode happened, but the next video go on the channel is gonna be another compilation of me just thirsting for some fictional characters. It happens from time to time, by which I mean all the time. I understand how that happens. I don't understand how any of what just happened. But it happened, and Platinum Medal number 13, Yahwahoo. So that's all for now. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! Well, no, I should probably actually summarize briefly. I liked the idea behind that one. It felt like it worked just now better than it has any of the other times. The controllers don't feel right for it. I think he puts up the pads a little too slowly for it to be really like super fair. The random doubles being sometimes not there is a bit messy. The fact that he can sometimes hold it on one side for like 10 in a row, which makes it a lot easier, is kind of dumb. I like what they were going for with this one, I suppose. But in practice, it was just kind of like, ugh. It was a bit of a slog again. Certainly not the sloggiest. That, for real, is where I'll end this. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace!
Wait for the loading screen, go back, check it, was that one? No, it wasn't one. Reload the save, put it near the mousetrap, but not too difficult in the end. All the clothes and all the face paint, it was tough. Well, it's just quite an endurance, quite a lot you have to do. No way I was doing it without a guide, because a lot of the little like hidey holes and shortcuts in this game.